8 rappers who own restaurants. While it's quite possible to make a fortune off of rap, many rappers are smart enough to know that their time in the spotlight may not last forever. As a result, many artists invest in a variety of businesses, following the blueprint laid out by moguls like Diddy and Jay-Z to boost their passive income well into the future. One of the most popular investments for rappers, it seems, is restaurants, ranging everywhere from expensive, fine dining establishments to cheap fast food joints. Many rappers have their hands in the food industry, and while some artists have managed to build a very lucrative empire based around multiple investments, others seem to struggle to keep even one business afloat. And while you probably won't catch your favorite artist strapping on an apron to whip up a dish in the kitchen of their own business, who knows? If you ever visit these restaurants, maybe you'll run into them enjoying their cuisine in the dining room. Before we get started, make sure you like the video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Number 8. 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz has no shortage of bars about food in his raps, but even though his love for hibachi is well documented, so much so that he named his 2016 EP Hibachi for Lunch, 2 Chainz decided to go in a different direction when he opened his first restaurant. In December of 2016, Escobar Lounge opened up in the middle of downtown Atlanta, with nearby restaurants being owned by other well-known celebrities. The establishment served a variety of tapas, small plates meant for sharing, and entrees such as steak and seafood. 2 Chainz went all out, hiring chefs with celebrity statuses as big as his. Defon Robinson, the executive chef, had previously served Queen Latifah, Gabrielle Union, and even Tyler Perry. Though the establishment was aiming to be an upscale eatery and cocktail bar, it faced its fair share of tribulations. Just a few months after its grand opening, Escobar failed a health inspection due to a dirty kitchen, including an ice machine with what appeared to be mold growing on it. Despite this, Escobar was able to get its act together, and the restaurant is still going strong to this day, on Peter Street in Atlanta. It's currently sitting at 3.8 out of 5 stars on Google. Number 7. Jay-Z. Jay-Z is probably the least surprising rapper on this list. After all, since he's become rap's first billionaire, it seems like Hov owns a piece of pretty much everything there is to own. But before he had $1 billion, Jay had a series of clubs named 4040. With the first location opening in 2003, Jay-Z went on to open a total of 5 locations over the next 11 years. 4040 has a strong sports theme. It's named after a hard-to-accomplish baseball achievement, 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases in one season. And each location is home to a host of rare sports memorabilia. Despite this, the club is not a sports bar and is considered an upscale lounge. Celebrity sightings are common, and the club boasts live performances in addition to its sport-filled TV screens. You've probably heard a couple rappers talk about this place in their songs. Though 2 locations, Atlantic City and Las Vegas, have since closed, the remaining clubs in Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Atlanta are still active today. Despite the club's high-scale ambiance and pricing, it currently holds only 3.5 out of 5 stars on TripAdvisor and 3 stars out of 5 on Yelp. Number 6. DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled loves Miami, especially after getting famously lost in the Miami Bay on his jets, and launching himself into superstar status as the first Snapchat celebrity. Khaled has been vocal about his affection for the city. It's his hometown after all. So when Khaled decided to expand his empire in 2015 to include restaurants, it only made sense that when he started Finga Lickin', it would be located in Miami Gardens. Based around affordable southern soul food and bold, colorful decorations, the restaurant is exactly the type of place you'd expect DJ Khaled to open. The website even boasts an impressive photo gallery of celebrities who have visited, including Trippie Redd, Lil Yachty, and Quavo. The restaurant received critical praise for its food upon its grand opening. Shortly after opening, the franchise rebranded itself to The Licking, and still runs today. The franchise was apparently so successful that Khaled was recently able to license an additional location in Chicago in 2019. The brand, created by Elric Prince, licenses locations to owners, and was designed specifically as an investment for musical artists or executives who want to expand their reach past music. So even once Khaled's Snapchats have stopped, and he officially retires from his post as rap's most visible DJ, the We the Best brand will live on and continue to earn him plenty of money. Number 5. Pusha T. If you were to base it solely on his music, you would assume that Pusha T is in a different kind of business. However, based on his newest restaurant, Kitsuin, it seems that the rapper has an affinity for ramen. Opened recently in January of 2020, the ramen bar is in the heart of Washington, D.C., and brands itself as an upscale eatery that offers 5 varieties of ramen, and boasts a hookah lounge and a full-service cocktail bar. Pusha apparently became involved with the venture after being approached by Wayne Johnson and Tony Perry, 2 nightclub operators that have been longtime friends of the rapper. Apparently, after being swindled by a contractor that ran off with most of the money from the original investors, Wayne and Tony were able to secure new investors, with one of them being Pusha. The establishment mixes industrial and rustic themes to create a modern-looking seating area. Gold-framed photos of Pusha hang around the restaurant, and Japanese-influenced graffiti murals decorate the walls. Despite their ramen being made by a Tokyo native with over 30 years of experience making ramen, the owners say that they feel they are, quote, a bar that serves a few very good dishes. Number 4. Ludacris. Ludacris has always been vocal about his intense love for Atlanta, where he moved as a high schooler and remained for the majority of his life. So when he decided to open up a restaurant named Chicken and Beer, as an homage to the name of his 4th studio album, it only made sense that the establishment would be set up in Atlanta. Ludacris began to promote the restaurant years before it opened, as early as 2006. However, the establishment didn't actually open its doors until 2016, and when it finally did open, people were surprised to find that it was located in Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Luda, however, insisted that the airport location was something he had hoped to win the bid for, after the city of Atlanta announced a $3 billion airport concession package. The restaurant focuses on Southern hospitality-styled food and local craft beers, describing its ambiance as, quote, a cool vibe with bold wall art. Chicken Plus Beer is still running to this day and has been generally well received. It currently holds a 4.5-star rating out of 5 on TripAdvisor and a 4-star out of 5 on Yelp. Number 3. Drake. Drake is notorious for his love of luxury, and that spills over into food. Often name-dropping expensive meals and lavish restaurants in his music, the rapper decided to jump into the world of restaurant management in 2015, when he joined the forces of 2 other investors to open up a Frings restaurant in Toronto. The restaurant featured an elegant bar, grand lighting fixtures, and a bar serving a variety of cocktails and fine wines. Essentially, all the things you would expect Drake to want in his own eatery. Drake promoted the launch of Frings on Vine, and even appeared at the grand opening to greet his customers. However, his other investors have gone on record to claim that Drake's contributions to the establishment are a little more than its name, Frings, a term picked up by the rapper to honor Toronto's patois slang. Regardless of whether or not Drake was heavily involved in the restaurant, it seems that even his endorsement couldn't save Frings. After a little over 2 years of business, Frings shut down in June of 2018. The restaurant had faced some public turmoil, including a scandal in which it was revealed that servers were being given IOU slips rather than actual tips. Maybe Drizzy is better at ordering in restaurants than running them. Number 2. Soulja Boy. It's been years since Soulja Boy has been known for his music, and these days he's better known for a variety of bizarre, and usually failed, attempts to rebrand himself as an entrepreneur. While the most famous effort of the rapper was his off-brand and highly illegal game console, the Soulja game, he has also expanded into the sandwich business. In 2018, Soulja took to Instagram Live to reveal that he had purchased a Subway franchise. It's unclear exactly where the Subway is located, but like with many of his schemes, it seems that Soulja may not be putting his all into his career as a restaurateur. Just 1 month after he purchased the branch, the store was forced to close after the entire staff did not show up for work. Soulja seemed to be unaware of the labor complications until he actively arrived at the store, and took to Instagram yet again to express his frustrations with the store staff. Maybe someone should remind Soulja that he's the owner of the location, and actually has a say over whether or not his employees show up. He just has to show up first. Number 1. Rick Ross. While Rick Ross's outside investments might not be on the level of a mogul like Jay-Z, it's hard to deny that he has the food industry on lock. Since at least 2014, Ross has been investing in WingStop franchises, a chicken wing restaurant chain that makes the rapper's favorite lemon pepper wings. But Ross wasn't satisfied to own 1 or 2 of the establishments. By 2014, Ross was confirmed to own 9 locations, and by 2015, Tech Insider reported that Ross owned a whopping 25 locations. Forbes recognized Ross's investments in 2014 when it placed him on the list of hip-hop cash kings due to the restaurants, reporting that the franchises earned him about $7 million in profit alone in 2014. With his ever-expanding ownership of the franchise, Ross could be earning as much as $19 million every year from his Wingstops alone. But even this did not stop Ross from investing in a Checkers in his childhood neighborhood of Carroll City, Miami. It's safe to say that Ross has secured his wealth for a long time into the future with his purchases. And at the rate he's expanding his fast food empire, food industry icons like Bobby Flay and Wolfgang Puck just might have some competition. So have you guys visited any of these restaurants? If so, was it any good? Let me know in the comments section. And before you leave, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe.